Hello. How is everybody doing? Welcome. Sorry, I'm making myself something to drink while I get ready to start everything. You know what? I actually may move that to a different. Just because last time I did this, the butter got everywhere. There we go. Nice changeover, right? Okay. How's everybody doing on this fine Tuesday? We've got some actually pretty nice weather right now. I don't know if anyone else is experiencing that. Ugh. Pieces are getting everywhere. Ooh, that shallot got me. This knife needs to be sharpened. Ooh. Oh boy. All right, let me go wash these real quick. All right. Why are there? Okay. I don't know why they had so many rubber bands that just went around like two things. Okie dokie. Let's do the greens. It's pretty. Okay, there. Okay. Got some nice greens. Okay. Done, done, done. Need this. I do not need this many. Let's go with those two. And we'll put the rest away for later. Okay. I'll mince this garlic real quick. Okay. Garlic done. All that's left is the bacon. Go ahead and start getting my pan going a little bit. We're going to do our bacon kind of low and slow. I don't want it to burn. I do want some of that foam. Alright, this knife is not doing it. I gotta get another one. Hey, Ghetto, welcome back. How you doing? There we go. Did you have a good Tuesday? Not too busy, I hope. I'm good. Got a smell about bad news today because of my test results are kidney calcium buildup. I assume that's a kidney stone. Kind of like stones, but different. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it's not too bad. My father-in-law gets an astronomical amount of kidney stones. He's got a lot of other health issues, like Crohn's disease, and medicine he takes causes immense stones to build up, so he has to go about every 2 or 3 weeks and get them blasted. He says it's extremely painful. Well, at least the big ones are. Oh Lord, those hurt. Yeah, I imagine. Because quite a few of them have to come out the natural way. And I've never experienced a kidney stone, and I'm going to try and keep it that way. But knowing my luck, I'll probably get one for saying that. But I mean, are you going to be alright? I had it once 10 years ago. Hurts more than giving birth, they say. I'm fine. I have no stones passing. The kidneys are doing their work around the calcium. Well, that's good. I mean, as long as you're not like ending up on dialysis or something where, you know, kidney failure or any of that kind of stuff, that'd be terrible. I'm gonna go add this to the pan. Bring you over. Oh no, I'm 36. I'm hoping years from that. How old are you? I'm 32. But I'll be honest with you, I don't really feel it. It's probably the fact that I have no kids. How do I want to go about making this? My diet was restricted for the last 6 months, but my dumbass doctor didn't tell me about the stones until 2 years in. Dang. Yeah, that's kind of important information to know. Let's go ahead and get this slightly going. Do they have special medicine for that? Or do they just basically tell you don't eat this stuff and it'll get better with time, or how's that work? So basically I can't tell if I got better or worse, but the last 6 months I've been doing 3 liters of waters a day with lemon if possible, and then 2 calcium portions a day. Strangely, that's what they ask, and then they limit my meat to a handful a meal. I'm following that. That sounds complicated. I'd probably be okay with the calcium part, because I don't really drink a lot of milk. I think I'd get me on, like, cheese. So I'm a sucker for cheese. But yeah, that's a lot of vegetables then, because you aren't having a lot of meat. Milk, cheese, sure, yeah. I've cheated. I eliminated McDonald's though. Yeah. Hey, I'm sure any little bit helps. So, like, no calcium at all, or is it kind of like, just no dairy? So, like, you could drink, like, Fairlife milk that has, God, I can't think of what it is. I have some here. What is it? Lactose. That's what it is. Doesn't have lactose, or I said handful. Hand size, sorry, of meat per meal is allowed. Oh, I thought you were. That's not that bad. That's just. That's some meat. It's just, minimized. You'd think the iron would help. I hear that's good for your kidneys. I mean, I do milk, cheese, and yogurt. Okay, that's good. I mean, yogurt's about one of the healthiest things you can eat for breakfast, assuming it's not the completely filled with sugar kind. But, Greek yogurt with a lot of protein. So do you have to stay away from red meats, or is just anything allowed as long as it's not in big proportions? But I'll do my bacon, my beef, just need to reduce. Okay. No red meat reductions, but have been asked so far. Well, is it a permanent thing, or is it just kind of they're blocked up, so trying to get them back to normal, and then you can go back to what you were doing? What about my father-in-law? Well, he's got Crohn's, which is basically an inflamed intestinal tract. It's a chronic disease where it will basically get inflamed by something he eats or something he does, and it causes intense pain, like bowel movements, all kinds of issues. He's got it so bad that he's one of the test subjects from like the top doctor in the United States on that, so he gets a lot of his medicine for free, being like the test person. But some of the stuff he takes is just, it kills him. He's had to have sections of his intestines removed a lot. So I think he's had that probably 4 or 5 times. I'm 36. They just want to get them without medicine if possible. Yeah, I understand that. I used to know 2 people with Crohn's. They had the bag. That's horrible. Yeah, he doesn't have the bag. He had it a little while after the surgery. That's what they put him on. So it wasn't permanent. They took it out. But if it ever gets bad enough, that could be the case. But I mean, he's battled it since he was 16, and he's 64. So he's got a pretty good idea of what's inflames it. He eats like 7 or 8 small meals like a day. So like he'll get like a 4-piece from Chick-fil-A and eat that. And like that'll be like one of his meals. It's just small little things throughout the day. A packet of crackers instead of having like full-on normal meals. To me, that would be the most difficult part for me, because I'd feel like I was hungry all the time. But once again, if it makes him feel a little bit better, I don't blame him. Did you know most of the people with this are from Jewish Russian descent? Is he from there? No, he's not. I believe he's French, or he's got French. Yeah. Yeah, it's French. Ashkenazi Jews are known for it. I have no idea. Oh, okay. Yeah, that side of his family is or not like straight from France, but like 2 or 3 generations. My concern is, if I do ever have children, is that is a genetic thing. My wife doesn't have it. It's not very common in women. I don't think it happens to women at all, maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but I just know it's not very common. So that's the worry, that something like that would get passed along, but who knows? That's not something you can really figure out. But I mean, medicine's come a long way since he was 16 and found out he had it. Yeah, I'm not making this up for pleasure. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. But I mean, that's the thing about health and other issues. You just got to do what you got to do. You learn to handle it. We've always diabetes has always been big in our family, so I have a lot of family members who've dealt with that, and both type 1 and type 2. So it's not a surprise to see how chronic conditions, you know, yeah. Do they have an estimate on how long they think it'll take before it gets taken care of? I mean, obviously, I know you went 6 months without knowing, but now that I assume they have a measurement, they can tell you if you're improving or getting worse. All right, be right back. All right, see you in a minute. No, sorry, I went 2 years without my doctor telling me about it, and I was 6 months doing a recommended diet. Okay, you're good, dude. We're just hanging out. 11 minutes. Okay. So I do maybe want to turn this up. Hey man, I'm enjoying our conversation. Well, I'm glad. That's what I want from this. It's just a cool place for people to hang out and, you know, talk about things, enjoy food, things along those lines. So I'm glad you're digging it. Have you ever used the sous vide? Or you have thoughts on that? Never, but I know only good about it. Yeah, I have one. This Yeti houseware. I've used it a handful of times, and I've liked it every time I've used it. But I found this recipe for sous vide bacon, where you basically, because I assume you know how a sous vide works, where you basically put in a pot of water or a bucket, something that's safe up to certain temperatures, and you just let it go, and it cooks to that temperature. Well, the cool thing about sous vide cooking is it never exceeds that temperature, so if you cook something to 165, that's the most it'll ever get to. Supposedly, if you do this bacon method, you can cook it for between 8 hours and 48 hours, and it will basically be the crispiest, or like the most tender bacon you'll ever eat. You're supposed to then put it in a pan for about 2 or 3 minutes just to basically get some crispness on one side, and then like 15 seconds on the other side to basically change it from this color to a little bit more edible looking. And supposedly it's supposed to be like the best bacon in the world. Yeah, I'm really considering giving that a shot. It seems like such a long time to let something run. But then I'd have a problem because crispy got done inside plastic, right? For sure, try it, man. No, it doesn't get crispy inside. It just like breaks down the fat. Based on what I've read, like I said, I want to try it. Oh. Feel better? Do you feel better now that you got back from with the dog? Okay, good. What do you want to do for Valentine's Day? Okay, that's about what I expected.
It's on a Wednesday, which is comic book night.
Yes, Wednesday is comic book night, but
You should go to dinner. We could make a reservation at like a nicer place.
I'm off on Monday, the 12th. It's a holiday.
Good for you.
I'm just saying, we could do it early, or...
I'm okay with doing it. It doesn't have to...
Or I can cook. I don't know, it's whatever.
I have no idea. You and I have never been big Valentine people.
I mean, I don't actually care that it's Valentine's Day. It's more of like an excuse to go eat somewhere nice. Although your birthday is like the week after, so... And we're going on that trip.
Yeah.
You need to call and confirm my...
Yeah.
They sent me another message. No, there's no time. It's just a date.
Does the email have a time?
No, it doesn't. Ghetto Bino says hello, Dr. Kimball's wife.
Hello. You could try one of those.
My wife is weirded out by being on camera, or really talking on camera. She's getting a little better at it, but I don't expect her to show up. Although she has wanted to build a Zoid, so maybe.
I've been building that.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Pay attention.
I'm about to have the base liger done.
Is there a lot of pieces that come off of it?
I still do all of the orange and the weapons.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not a Zoid. He said, I'm cool with pajama pants, bro.
It's what I live in.
Yeah, that's what she lives in. They're Scooby-Doo.
Normally they're dinosaur.
Yeah, she's... Dinosaur or Scooby-Doo.
I know what I like. I just got back from exercising and showering.
Let me put it this way. There's definitely a type I have, and it's people who like dinosaurs.
I thought you were going to say because I am a dinosaur.
Well, you are a dinosaur because you are older than me. But so's Ghetto, so I don't want to offend him.
You need me? I'm going to go Jenga this into the closet.
No, but dinner's probably 20, 30 minutes at most. So it may behoove you to stay up here and hang out, or if you want to go do whatever. This bacon is very close to hitting the point where it's going to just crisp up. How about you? Are you married, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever floats your boat? Significant other, I guess, is probably the more appropriate way to say it. I'm into women, and no, not at this moment. Okay. Hey, no judgments. Whatever works. kind of nice. I mean, I enjoyed being single for a while. I'm also happy I'm married to my wife, but I always just tell her it was a tax decision. What can I say? My accounting degree takes over from time to time. What do you want, bud? You want your carrot? That was not an attractive burp. I'm not an accountant. I just have an accounting degree, but I do stuff similar. I'm a bank examiner, which is a regulatory body. It's kind of like the SEC, except it's for banks. So I'm all about if banks are following laws and regulations. We also look at their financials to see if they're making loans that are appropriate and if they're going to continue to be around in the next, 3 years. Oh, nice try. Wow, bud, 2 in a row. Oh, yeah. You told me that. Yeah. It's okay. Nobody knows what a bank examiner is because the only mention of it in the entire world is in A Wonderful Life, the Christmas movie. And other than that, nobody even knows or have heard of it. It's a very niche job. But it's nice. It's got a little bit of security. When things get bad, like economic-wise, that's when you need examiners the most. So it's when things are good, it's like, oh, we've got too many people. But I mean, it's a government job, so it's not like I'm rich or anything. I should have picked a better utensil for this. I thought they only mentioned Angel in the movie. That's funny. They made a horror version. Well, I say horror version, but like Shudder or something like that made a movie called A Wonderful Night, and I kind of want to watch it just to see if they do have a bank examiner in it. But from my understanding, other than the name and the fact that it's somebody who wishes they weren't alive, being the only consistent thing across the two, I don't know that it's worth it. In Canada, federal jobs are something gaining on the private sector. It depends on the economy. Really? That's interesting. Oh yes, hitting the bottom bits with the onions. Yes, it smells absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you can hear the sizzling or not, because I have a sound gate up to help. Because I was frying something once, and somebody said it sounded like a waterfall, so... but the smell and the sizzling right now is activating my neurons. I'm getting quite hungry. I'm from Quebec, and a lot of Quebec cooking is similar to Southern style cooking. I love Southern style cooking. Come here, bud. There you go. Good boy. That's one of the things that Kansas City doesn't have a lot of, is Southern style and like Cajun type places. And the ones that we do have don't do it very good. So that's always something I like to do. I would say, like, jambalaya. Ooh. You're talking dirty to me. You're starting to talk about jambalaya. I like gumbo, etouffee, stuff like that. I suspect my stuff is going to be done way before my water boils. Yeah, Cajuns are pretty much our American version. Oh, that's so good. I love all the above. Oh. Have you had boudin? Boudin? That's one of my favorite things. Put a vinegar or water or something soon. Yeah. I may actually hit this with a little white wine. Come on, bud, let's go. Just a little bit more. White wine is even better. No, I really want to try boudin and crawfish and gator. All looks yummy to me. I love gator. Crawfish is alright, in my opinion. But, I mean, it's worth trying. But boudin, oh, it's so good. I lived in eastern Texas for about 2 years during college. And we were about 45 minutes from the border of Louisiana. And so they had boudin everywhere down there. It was delicious. It's the one thing I miss the most from being down there. Alright, I'm gonna throw this garlic in. We got our fish and our crab legs here. Crawfish boils just alright, okay. No, it's good. It's just, I don't know. I get weirded out by eating things that have heads on them still. And there's like, Alright, I'm going to take this off the heat because I don't want to burn the garlic. But I will come back to it. Actually, I lied. I'm going to add my peas. We're going to cook the peas now. We don't have squirrel here, so don't eat none of that. But other than that, yeah, Louisiana is my jam. Shrimp etouffee is like that. Etouffee is like that. Anything etouffee. I love peas at the end, though. Well, these are frozen peas, so I gotta heat them up a little bit. We're gonna do it for about a couple, 2-3 minutes, and then at that point, we're just gonna be waiting on the water. Yeah, crawfish is good. Like a full crawfish boil is something to see. The problem is that a lot of places don't do like the cleaning of the crawfish, so you can get some like, I don't know, it's kind of like shrimp where if they don't devein it, it's a little unappetizing, but you can still eat it. It's the same thing with crawfish. You basically, if you put them in a saltwater bath before you cook them, it releases a lot of that stuff, but a lot of restaurants and places don't take the extra effort to do that. But if you go to somebody who's like throwing a party and doing it, then yeah, they'll go the extra mile, and then it's good. But I don't mind it when it's like in stuff. I just don't really like the peel and pull method. But if that's for you, man, go for it. Give it a try. I'm not going to gatekeep anyone on food. Is it that tasteless? Crawfish? No, it's similar to like shrimp, but they're so small. You don't really get a lot. You have to eat probably a good pound of crawfish to, get full. It's almost like clams. You know how you can sit there and just down some raw clams? Well, I don't know if you can, but for the most part, people can just eat trays of clams. It's like that. I mean, does it ruin the taste? No, it doesn't ruin the taste. It's more of just a visual appeal thing to me. It's like you can't taste the vein on a shrimp. It's just, it's one of those things that you can do to make something visually better, or I don't know. But when you cook it in a bucket of Zatarans, do you really taste the poop track? Yeah, my thinking, I'll eat it. No, you don't. You don't. You definitely don't taste it, even if it's not. Well, let's cook bacon. I don't know what to put you on because I just have a boiling pot of water. So, sorry about that. Oh, I should get these in the oven. Into 12 minutes. All right. Boom, boom. Okie dokie. Salt, pepper, cheese. Refill my drink. So close. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Need some more. You know, I bet I could make this with like ham. It'd be just as good. Maybe try and cut down on the cholesterol of it. I'll have to try that next time. Howdy.
Hi.
You alright?
Yeah.
You find a spot?
Yeah.
I know my closet was just getting full. That's all. There's probably a high probability for the rest of February and March that I'll be in the office. So, just...
Like the rest of them starting tomorrow?
No, not starting tomorrow. Like, next week, probably. Unless
You might.
my boss is really not paying attention to the work from home percentages.
What has history taught us?
History has taught us he doesn't actually pay attention. He usually sets it up ahead of time and then doesn't notice it.
Okay. Well, there's a good chance starting the end of March and into April I have to work 50 hour work weeks.
So we'll both be miserable.
Yeah, that'll be great.
You may actually enjoy...
Monday through Friday.
Okay, never mind. I forgot. You're not going to get to go down to the production.
No.
If you had been, you probably would have enjoyed it a little bit.
A little bit. Well, we don't.
When is the anime meeting?
I don't know. They haven't set a date yet.
Okay. Do they have a date set for when you need to have watched everything?
They just said February.
Okay. As long as it's not when planets occurring.
I was thinking there's chance of other people to go.
Oh, are they gonna get a panel?
No.
You don't like my joke. Okay.
Did you lie to me on? Yeah.
No, I estimated incorrectly. My water took longer to boil than I was hoping. You know, that old chestnut. But basically, in 10 minutes when my pasta's done, it's just shitting. So yeah, 11 minutes, the pasta's done, that gets added, and then it's just emulsifying the cheese with the pasta sauce. But I suspect this is going to taste quite good. I mean, we've had it before. It's just it's Williams pasta. With Ghetto over here, when he got on, we were talking about he's got apparently calcium buildup in his kidneys. I was like, is that like a kidney stone? Apparently it's very similar, but not quite. I was telling him about how bad your dad gets kidney stones. That's what I said.
Well, it's a combination of medicines he takes to create it.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I know 2 people who have Crohn's. He's like, they both have the bag. I was like, your dad has been lucky to not have the colostomy bag.
Correct.
Although, who knows, that could change at any point. I hope it doesn't, but he had it for that surgery for a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah. He's had it before because when he gets they basically have to.
Yeah, I'm sure they send it to
They
somewhere
have to
else.
not let it go through the part they did surgery on for a bit.
Yeah. I believe the correct terminology on that would be a detour. Detour here. Did your hairdresser lady say anything about the food?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
I was mostly ranting about work.
Because I know she was following for a little while. Did you see I got somebody was asking about if I'd been to Germany on Facebook? Because they were impressed with how authentic my Döner kebabs looked.
I'm sure that made you happy.
It did. A person who asked is somebody I went to high school with who was like really big into Germany. I went ahead and pulled the ciabatta buns out and cooked them just to try and open up some space in the freezer. That was it.
Okay.
You could have acted like you cared a little bit more. Yes, you did. Do you not pay attention to what I put in there? You're lucky I need you for the tax bracket.
I know I have limited value.
No, you're fine. Are you gonna eat these reject pita bread?
Oh. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if you were just going to toss them.
I will if you have no interest in them.
You could probably.
Okay, then I will do that. You feed the bub?
Yeah.
Did you give him a stick?
No.
You should give him a stick. I'm just excited that I'm getting people who actually come back and enjoy. Well, we're just talking in general. He's from be back.
Have they also had a weird winter
I didn't ask.
where we had the like super cold couple of weeks and then other than that it's been mild?
I suspect that most of Canada was cold, but what would I know? So tentative. Yeah. Sorry. It's fine, just don't do the one where you like clear a room. I'll make it work. Really good stuff in the food. Hey, come on. Come on, bud. Hey, get. It's done. Yep. Dog can hunt. Is that you?
Yeah. I booked our hotel for the trip.
I thought you already done.
No, I realized that I had never actually done it.
Nice.
Because I kept debating it. Because I was like, where do you want to be? And then you were like, wherever you want to be. And I'm like, all right. And then I never went back.
Where are we at? Like Great Wolf Lodge?
We could have stayed at the Bass Pro Shops.
Oh my god.
I thought you'd be mad if I picked that.
Did you want to?
No. But it made me chuckle.
It would have made Ben happy.
Would it?
He would have loved it.
Acceptable?
Yeah.
I assume you have to make the...
Yeah, I may switch utensils just to make it easier.
I'm so hungry.
Unless you want me to stick with this.
I don't. Why'd I open that one? What do you want this or do you want the big one?
I want the big one.
Christmas one?
No. You don't think that that's... Put that there. Was that the one you wanted?
No, I'm just hungry. I just want food.
Okay.
You have to wait to do that so you put the pasta in. It's just gonna keep sliding around. Otherwise. I'm gonna garnish it with green onion and cheese.
We'll get there.
It was a question.
Yes. There will be garnish.
Gosh. Sorry. I too am hungry.
I'll go look.
Good. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
You sure?
Yeah. It wows William, but good show.
Always the goal.
How was it? Okay, man. Sorry, I'm back. You're good.
It's very tasty.
We finished it though. The water boiled. I saved a cup of it. I threw the bacon in with the peas, and then threw the pasta in there. A big handful of parmesan, and then the water, and I just shook until it emulsified into a nice sauce. Looks amazing. Yeah. This is actually like one of my favorite new pastas. The guy who owns the comic book shop that we go to makes this like once a week. And I was like, all right, I'm going to try it. It's very simple and super tasty. All that fond we scraped up with the white wine adds a nice depth of flavor. Even you could eat this because the only milk in it's cheese. And surely there's not enough bacon in here to be bigger than a hand. I think when it's rich pasta with the grease and that does the sauce, it's got all the elements. Yeah, man. This is just a ciabatta bun that we had frozen that I just rubbed some garlic butter on top of it, threw in the oven. Not gonna lie, it kind of goes well with it. There's nothing in it, but it's tasty. I could have finished this with probably a little bit of olive oil, but
You could have done olive oil balsamic dip for the bread.
do you want me to make one?
No.
Was that the dog?
It wasn't me. That's not a big deal. It was the dog.
Yeah, not bad. Plus, I needed to get them out of the freezer. We've had them in there for like 3 months. Our freezer space is at a minimum. We keep talking about getting a deep freeze, but we've never pulled the trigger. Part of that, we need to clean out the basement. But somebody did a lot of that last month. You got an update on my toaster oven?
Yeah, they announced it's back, I think February 18th. They sent me another delay email.
Oh, okay.
I just got it today.
For March 18th.
Who knows?
Well, I'm glad I ordered it when I did. My freezer's...
They sent the same supply chain email, and then it says February 18th. That date remains subject to change.
My freezer sucks ass because my friends can't remain from opening it every time they visit, and air gets in. Yeah. I have a bad habit of when I'm bored just opening the fridge and looking in it like it's a TV.
You need the one with the clear door. The one with the camera that you can see in.
Yeah, the fridge that does have the clear door does not have it on the freezer side, though. I'd like to get to the point where we're in the future where it'll know what's in your fridge. It'll tell you if stuff is bad or if you need more of something. But I feel like that's all going to be like human input.
Well, they have it right now. It's human input.
I know, but I want one that like figures it out. Like you scan it and it'll just know.
So you just put the food in and it scans it and it knows.
Oh,
It's like Costco. How they do
that's cool.
Or things how they do their shopping.
I put a Velcro so they know what the closed looks like. Yeah, fridge is okay, but freezer will ruin expensive meats. Yeah. I have a big old frozen beef shoulder here that I'm going to try and make some birria tacos out of. That I just pulled out of the freezer. I got it on sale, and then food savored it. I'm hoping it thaws before Thursday. Outlook's not looking great. Have you seen the Apple glasses people roaming around like idiots? I feel like it's a scam. Yeah, I love what the like commercial looks like. You look so cool with it on.
Versus reality.
And then when they show you what it looks like you're some dweeb trying to pretend it's Back to the Future. But I think it's cool we're heading that way. I like to think that at some point they'll actually have some good ones. That was probably $20, $40, my bet. It was... There's two for a total of 5 3/4 pounds. It was on sale for $8 a pound, but I have a guy who I've befriended in the meat counter who is close to retirement, and he gives me deals, so I got it for $5.99 a pound, which is what they were pricing stewed at. So I think that was $35 for all of it.
One of the best friendships you've ever made.
Oh yeah, I'm cool with the movement. God bless America. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that's my goal Thursday, is I'm working from home, is to make the birria in the oven, and then put it in the fridge, and then do tacos the next day when we have people over. I'd love to film it, but I don't know how the people would feel about me doing that. My wife's friends, so I don't really talk to them all that much, except for when we hang out and play board games. but I will for sure at least take some pictures. $5.99. That is a joke. Prime ribeye is my personally favorite steak. Out west Canada will make similar quality, but it would cost a lot more. Yeah. You have to remember, I'm in like central beef capital.
And you have an in with the meat guy.
Plus, I made a friendship with the meat guy, so he gives me basically anything that's like starting to change a little bit of color, he gives to me on sale because he knows that like nobody will pick it. But it's all perfectly fine. It'll turn just as brown when you cook it. It'll taste just as good.
Usually pretty good.
You have the best friends. Can I meet them? Yes. If you can come talk Chiefs football, you've got in. I can't. I just pretend. I have a guy I went to junior college with who owns a pig farm, and he butchers and sells all of that meat. I'm trying to see if I can rekindle our friendship and get a cheap source of pork, but that seems like a long shot. I'll make poutine. I have always wanted to try like real poutine, so I'm down for that. So Morgan, what did you like more, this or the doner kebab? You like the doner more? Wow.
I had the chicken again for lunch today with the sauce, and I threw spinach on top of it too.
Yeah.
I devoured it. It was so good. Because, like, you heat it up and you mix it up in that sauce. Like, I just want you to make that sauce and that chicken again, to be honest. And, like, I would buy more spinach and just throw it all together and eat it. It was so good.
Well, first off, we still have more of that sauce. We have a lot of that sauce, actually.
I know.
I also did that when I ate
Yeah.
the thing, and then I thought it's still chicken
really
left.
liked dinner.
Okay, good to know. I'll tell you one. If the cheese don't squeak, it's not fresh poutine. Poutine cheese will only squeak for 1 or 2 days, 3 sometimes. What do you mean by squeak? Are you by like squeezing it? Or are you talking about like rubbing together? What do you want, bud? You want ice? Do you have ice? It's a feeling in the tongue and a taste. I mean, that sounds good. I'll eat some squeaky cheese. As long as it's not stinky, I'll eat squeaky. Also, I don't know if you made it to yesterday's. If it's fresh, it squeaks. Quebec laws, bro. Yeah,
Quebec.
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 You know, you spoke French. Anyway, anything in Montreal takes a while to deliver, so I won't have that. So basically, Countryside only has it. Oh, interesting. Could you make it yourself? I mean, isn't it mozzarella? The cheese curds? So couldn't you get your own whey or, milk and basically do the whole curd making. Yes, some Vermonter make it, yeah. Okay, well, at least it's not completely lost. It's just you got to do it yourself, which is a process. But the master cheese man, he does a batch. Really?
Master cheese?
Master cheese. Here you go, buddy. Start with that. And it takes experience for that. I mean, I'm sure it does. It's nobody masters it overnight. Trust me, look at people who make bread. It's not like in your kitchen. Hey man, I am mid-level at best. I I'll say I'm a decent home chef, but I wouldn't consider myself an expert by any means. I'd love to get there, but time and experience, because they use chemicals that need more or less of in a massive batch, right? Oh yeah, you're talking about building your cheese empire there. Oh yeah, if you're doing any of that, it's um oh what's the word? Economy of scale. You know, uh, that's why it's difficult to start business like that, is because it's cheaper for a big person to do it because they already have the stuff. It helps them to make more, whereas to start, it's very expensive. Yeah, that's never a perfect formula. Well, then you'll have to recommend what to try, because I'd love to visit Canada at some point. You guys have some hamburgers that I would like to try up there. The cheese master is an important man. Yeah, yeah, I believe it. It's probably a highly sought after job. But I don't know if you made it to yesterday's. If you want a good poutine, easy, get 40 miles away from Montreal and anywhere will be good. Okay. Is that where Alex goes? Montreal?
No, it's what I couldn't remember. I don't think it is,
No.
but maybe.
Or was it Toronto?
Maybe. Toronto.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
We have a buddy who goes up to Canada to hang out with a friend, I don't know, once a year or so. We thought about going with him from time to time. I have. Okay. Cool. I'll keep that in mind. Also, yesterday's doner kebab. I don't know if you saw it or not, but it was like one of the top tier things we've made. My wife has requested that I make it again, which is high praise. You should, if you get a chance, you should try and find a place that does authentic doner kebabs. It's German. Oh, doner kebab. Ooh, yeah. I don't know if you've had one of these, but we made the bread fresh, marinated the chicken, and then I made a garlic sauce, and it was so good. I did some cabbage, tomato, red onion, the garlic sauce, some sriracha, and the chicken, and the fresh bread, and it was killer. I think there's pictures of it for sure on my Instagram that's attached down below, and then the VOD should still be up from yesterday. Although I don't know if you want to watch that or not, but I highly recommend trying it or making it if you ever get a chance. Oh yeah, you showed me the MSG sauce. Yeah. Hey, it's been a long day. I'm pretty forgetful myself. That's why I have a notebook. I literally write down everything for when I do the cooking because I will not remember it. Also because I keep a lot of the recipes on my phone and I'm using my phone as my camera. And then I have a tablet that's running the chat, so I don't really have anything else that I can access. Are you done? Come on. Put it up.
Laying on his.
Alright, you're good.
I don't know if he ate it or if he's just laying it.
What?
The ice that you gave him.
Who knows? I get this under some water. How was it? Just tuned in? It was good. We finished up. I'm cleaning up. Here's what the leftovers look like. We got 2 containers. Morgan's gonna take it for lunch. As you can see, Orrichette pasta with bacon and peas, with some cheese on top. Really good. I'm in the process of cleaning up, which I usually don't show. But we've been having a good conversation with Ghetto. I think he just went to go take a smoke, so. How you been, Grant? Did you work today? Looks great, W meal. Working right now. Also eating dinner right now. What are you eating for dinner? A sandwich? The most amazing homemade peanut butter and jelly. I told you it was a sandwich. I know you. Is it grape jelly? Or is it normal jelly? You know, you could make some nice homemade peanut butter. I know you're big into doing all that from home and from scratch. Some spread from Costco, mixed berry spread. It's a little bit tart and very bussin'. Making peanut butter at home does not seem worth it. Since when is it's worth it the factor for you, Mister? I got to make everything from home. Do I need to remind you about the oil you made for your mom? That's a prime example of it's probably not worth it. Effort-wise, money-wise, it's probably worth it. But I mean money-wise. Or, no, effort-wise, yeah. Have you just been watching One Piece at work then? Okay. If it takes more than 2 times the time to make it than it does to eat it, I'm not making it. You've literally described 90% of all cooking. I could argue that pizza, your key indicator, falls under that category. Because it takes no time at all to eat pizza. You don't watch One Piece at work, save it for home? Why? That's literally like the perfect... Or are you worried about being judged for watching One Piece? My method for making pizza takes less than 10 minutes. How long does it take you to shred the cheese? How long does it take you to make the sauce? How long does it take you to make the bread? If you were to add all of those up together, how long does it take? How long does it take to preheat your pizza stone or pizza steel? 45 minutes, an hour? I'm just saying. Making the pizza takes no time because I have a bread machine. Oh, I mean making it means me doing stuff. I would still think it takes you 5 to 10 minutes to shred the cheese. Probably 10 minutes to throw together a sauce. I don't know what it takes to get your dough ready for the bread machine. Probably 5 minutes, maybe. Getting your pizza into the oven, taking it out, letting it cool. I still think you could eat a pizza in half that time. Hey, buddy. What do you want? Could you please stop burping? Come here. Come here. Your aim has been off. Best boy. He is the best boy. I'm just gonna hand it to him. All right, bud. That's what you get. You missed it yesterday. Those doner kebabs that I made were so good. They were absolutely killer. Did you finish Persona? No, I am in November. I'm in November in the game, and it goes to the end of January. But I did stop streaming it because I'm like 35 hours in, and nobody was watching it. When did you start? It would have been Friday. Yeah, Friday of last week. I streamed 5 hours, and then Saturday I did 12 hours, and then Sunday I did 8 hours. I mean, what month in game? Oh, you start April. It's April to January. But yeah, I have almost 40 hours in the game. But I mean, not all of that was playing. I did leave it open while I was cooking yesterday for like 4 hours. Oh yeah, no, I almost am positive I'll probably have it done tomorrow or Thursday. And then I might play Suicide Squad. I've heard it's terrible, but I may stream it just because. When you stream games, you gotta play it like you just play games. I mean, that's what I'm doing. My problem with Persona is I'm trying to get it in one run, which is what I would do. I was reading the dialogue, it was all kind of awkward. I don't know. I see a lot of people who do that. I also read like super quick. I can read it almost instantly, and I feel like most people cannot. So I just don't want to take away from them to be able to follow the story because I can read it pretty much instantly and be clicking A to go on to the next thing. So that was why I was reading it, is to slow down myself. I don't know. This is a learning curve, man. I've been doing this literally a month, and that was my first like gaming one. Make the food. Food's made. It's over. Here's the food. We finished it, ate it. It was delicious. This is the leftovers. Yeah. The food was Orrichette pasta with some green onions, shallots that were sauteed in bacon grease because we cooked a pack of bacon. We turned them into bacon bits. And then a cup of frozen peas were thrown in there and then took the pasta and some pasta water and about a big handful of Parmesan cheese and stirred it and emulsified it together into a pasta sauce. And then I garnished it with some green onion. And then I had some frozen ciabatta bread that I pulled out and put some garlic butter on and threw in the oven that we ate with it that was pretty bussin'. I will be posting better pictures of it to my Instagram that's linked. So if you want to see any of the food we made or the food we made today, it'll be on there. I'm sorry you didn't make it in time. I'll be on Thursday to do some more stuff. Yeah, at this point we've cleaned up and we're just kind of chatting before I call it for the night. Thanks, Grant. I appreciate that. I can see the stream over there, and it's like 5 seconds delayed. It's weird to see how much I move my hands and do things. I don't ever pay attention to it. I don't know what that was. All right, well, watching yourself on video is always cringe. I'm just glad that the volume's not on, because I hate the sound of my voice. Everyone says I sound like my father, which, to my ears, I don't sound like him at all. It's weird. Yeah. I don't have an issue in, like, seeing body and stuff. Same. Yeah, you're a lot like your dad. People say I sound like my dad, but I don't hear it. I don't hear it either. Then again, I also haven't spoken to your dad a lot, but you guys just have different ways you talk. Your dad's way more hippie. That's fair. Is Ghetto back? All right, I'm good night, sweet prince. Yeah, I'm gonna sign off now too. Appreciate you showing up and throwing me some support. Uh, any VOD watchers, I appreciate you guys watching. The food was delicious. We're gonna do it again here soon. Tomorrow is comic books, so I won't be on, but probably Thursday for sure. But yeah, like if you miss anything, I have pictures on my Instagram, so feel free to check that out. Also, if you enjoyed the content, throw me a follow. I appreciate it. And look out for the next one. All right, have a good night, everyone.